Irish was Greenwood. You know, for a young boy, I thought he was sensational.
Pogba's had 4 assists though.
No, we expect that from £100 million man.
Okay.
I was going to get round to the point.
This moment, Paul Pogba's in tears, signing for Monaco. Felt like closure because what happened to him during his time in England was never just about football. It wasn't just about the price tag, it wasn't just about United, it was something much deeper. Before we go into the media, the hate and the double standards, let's talk about who Paul Pogba actually is. Born in Lagny-sur-Marne to Guinean parents, Pogba was the youngest of 3 footballing brothers, rose through La Havre's academy before joining Manchester United's youth system at 16. Left United for Juventus in 2012 after getting frustrated at the lack of chances by Sir Alex Ferguson, left on a free as well. In Italy, he became a superstar, 4 Serie A titles, multiple trophies, Golden Boy winner and France international. Returned to United in 2016 for a world record 89 million transfer fee.
Couple young kings. Look, man, I'm the one they all fear. I was the man of the year last year. I'm the man of the year.
And let's not forget, Pogba wasn't just a flashy signing for the cameras. He came back with the weight of expectation on his shoulders, being sold as the man to bring Manchester United back to the top. He was marketable, charismatic and globally recognised, but that also meant he was an easy target anytime things went wrong. Fast forward to today, up until a few days ago, Paul Pogba's career was at an all-time low. In September 2023, Pogba tested positive for elevated testosterone levels during a random test while at Juventus. In early 2024, he received a 4-year ban, meaning he was unlikely to play professional football again until he's 34. Pogba denied intentionally taking anything banned and had to appeal the decision. It's heartbreaking because whether you rate him or not, this isn't the way a generational career should be faded out. And the sad irony is that even though this drug ban has been used as fuel by some people online to double down on their character assassination of Pogba, as if a failed test somehow validates 5 years of racially charged criticism about his attitude, his dancing and his haircuts. It's like people were just waiting for one final excuse to completely write him off. Now let's dive into the racism and unconscious bias problem that we have in English football. If you're somebody that gets offended or you don't like what I'm about to say, then feel free to click up. England has an unconscious bias problem when it comes to black footballers, and Paul Pogba is Exhibit A. See, if you're black in English football, you're expected to play humble, the thankful role. Kante is a perfect example of how fans and pundits want black athletes to behave. Humble, quiet, no controversy, no flash. Smile, play football, just go home, right? But Pogba, he dared to express joy, wear designer clothes, change hairstyles, dance on Instagram and just be himself. And that made certain demographics pretty uncomfortable. Let's be honest, we're talking about your 50-year-old TalkSport listeners, Facebook comment section warriors and the usual stick-to-football crowd that are divorced. It's a weird cultural code when a black footballer is allowed to be loved, but only if they stay in their box, do your job, don't show too much personality and therefore don't make white middle-aged fans feel like you're bigger than the badge. When Pogba smiled on Instagram after a loss, they called it arrogance. When Kane or Jack Grealish joked around after defeats, it was called banter. Pogba's discourse was never tactical or football related. It was often morality, discipline, attitude and how a black man should behave. Referees calling him out for taking the piss just for doing a skill.
Don't take the piss.
What do you mean take the piss? I'm playing football. What do you mean?
In my whole time of watching football, I've never ever seen that before. Harry Kane refused to turn up for Spurs training when he was trying to force a transfer to Manchester City. Gary Neville even called Harry Kane a footballing saint.
Is like, right, so Paul Pogba got 4 assists in that first game against Leeds, and somebody said to Graham Souness, "Oh yeah, you got 4 assists though." Graham Souness goes, "Well, yeah, for £100 million, that's what you expect."
Irish was Greenwood. You know, for a young boy, I thought he was sensational.
Pogba's had 4 assists though.
No, we expect that from £100 million man.
Okay.
I was going to get round to the point.
I never saw Jack Grealish getting hit with the same bat. I never saw Jack Grealish get hit with the same bat. I'm not saying he should be as well. He might be going through a tough time. Imagine he is. You're not playing much football. But he never got hit with the same bat as Paul Pogba did. You got Harry Maguire. Now, Harry Maguire does actually get a lot of abuse from a lot of people, particularly online as well. It's not great, okay? Even though if I don't rate him as a player, of course you shouldn't take it personal. And so when Harry Maguire was going through a tough time, you got the likes of Gary Neville and all the boys and the pundits defending him. Yeah, saying, "Oh, you guys were bullying him online, da 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 da." Where was that for Paul Pogba when he was playing? He got abused by everybody, a lot of people online and in the media. All he did was express it.
I've never heard him say.
Mika, do you think the agent speaks without the permission of the player? Do you think the agent just trots out nonsense?
I actually do.
Not a chance.
I actually do.
Not a chance.
Definitely.
He's echoing the thoughts of the player.
No,
He'll be echoing the thoughts of the player.
Yeah, but even if he is,
Can we
even
move on?
if he is,
from Man United, we haven't got much time left. We talk about Liverpool.
Let's put it this way.
actually, because it's similar to the Kane situation. Kane's not turned up for training, and we're calling him a saint. Pogba's never said he wanted to leave Man United, but he's getting abused. What's the difference?
My information about Kane, it's not that he didn't turn up for training. There's another story behind that. Can we move on? Talk about Chelsea or Liverpool, please.
Should we park that there?
It might have just been an undercover KKK guy. I have no idea at this point. It looked pretty personal. Anyway, Paul Pogba, even though despite perhaps not playing to the best of his potential, despite anything that he does, despite the haircuts, the dancing, whatever, he always turned up to training, right? Always turned up to training. He's never said he wanted to leave. He's never kicking a fuss. Apparently, he was the virus, right? And then we have Harry Kane. Harry Kane, the saint. In Gary Neville's own words, he was the footballing saint.
British press had an uncomfortable relationship with black athletes for decades. Raheem Sterling spoke about it, Marcus Rashford saw it, and Paul Pogba was caught in the same cycle. Loud, expressive black men become problematic. Quiet black players become model pros. It's a script we've seen before.
And I've noticed that other Manchester United players as well, like Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Jadon Sancho, they seem to be sort of a focus of a lot of attention. Do you think that's got something to do with them, or something to do with the media, or is it something to do with Manchester United?
I'm going to ask you one more time, who was the players?
You, Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Jadon Sancho.
Okay. Why? The criticism, why? For the performance or for something else?
Then there's the simple fact that Manchester United equals clicks, and Paul Pogba equals even more clicks. Media outlets news slapping Pogba in a headline guaranteeing engagement. And let's be honest, Manchester United were a shambles before Paul Pogba came back, and they've been shambles long after he's gone as well. But time and time again, Paul Pogba was the scapegoat. To be fair, even Ronaldo had his fair share of this as well. If you're still here midway, I really do appreciate it. I'll be doing more of these type of videos, so please do the favor, like, comment, and subscribe and all that. Helps the algorithm, helps me out. And yeah, let's make it a dream come true for me. Here's the part that stings out most. We constantly preach about mental health awareness in sport. We clap for campaigns, we post hashtags, but when a black footballer shows personality, we tear him apart for years. Do I think Paul Pogba fulfilled his potential at United? No. Do I think moving him on was the right decision? Yes. But did he deserve 5+ years of targeted hate, unconscious bias, and coded media attacks? Absolutely not. Again, double standards. Sometimes it's not about your football ability, it's about how comfortable you are in your skin. And sadly, some people just couldn't handle that. Let me know what you think in the comments. How was Paul Pogba treated? Was it fair? Was it unfair? Was it racism? Was it clickbait? Or was it just football fans being football fans? Let's have a conversation. Please do share, please do subscribe. Like I said, I'll be doing way more of these. I'm going to give this everything, and I hope you can follow me in the journey. Catch you in the next one.